When buying chicken at your grocery store or your local butcher shop, there's so many choices. Skin on, skin off, bone in, whole bird. None of this, none of that. What should you do? Don't worry, I'm Chef JJ Johnson and I'm gonna tell you all about chicken. Okay, so I have tons of chicken in front of me. I have a whole chicken, I have some split chickens, I have chicken wings, I have some legs and thighs. But that's not why I have all the chicken laid out for you. It's all about the labeling. So let's look at this label here. This one says, vegetable diet, 100% farmer-owned chicken, which means that if something was wrong, if there was salmonella or something was wrong with this chicken, they can trace this chicken back to who owned the bird, which is really great. This is a great label. These are key things you want to look for when buying chicken. All right, so let's look at this chicken label. It's certified organic, which means it meets all the government standards in lands, feed, and healthcare. It's free range, which means they have some time outside, no added water, which is very interesting. You'll see some chicken that get injected water into the meat so that it can weigh a little bit more, and then as you cook it, the water's coming out. And the greatest thing on this label is that it's been air chilled. So normally in the processing plant, chickens will get dunked into cold water, right? But instead, this brand of chicken, they're air chilling the chicken, which gives it a very crispy skin and nice density, which helps with taste. So this is gonna be a very delicious bird. All right, let's get to this next label. I'm gonna get real fancy with you. It says pasture raised, heirloom chicken, slow growth, non-GMO, air chilled. So heirloom chicken's just like the tomatoes. You can trace the chicken's heritage. Slow growth, they're just letting the chickens grow. You know, they just at its pace. You know, you get to 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 6 pounds, they're not injecting or force feeding the chicken to make sure it's getting on the market quick enough. So it's happening real time. This chicken here is good. All right, so this chicken I'm gonna break down. 8 parts in the chicken, wings, breast, right, leg, thigh. Okay. So when I break down a chicken, I do the wings first. And I'm trying to find that area with the cartilage because it makes it really easy to break. So those are my wings. After that, I come right in here for the legs and the thighs. I pop it back. Here's a little like pop noise. And this is the most important part when you're breaking this down, is this oyster right here. You see this oyster is like a little small round shape. So you come down the back part and you want to get that oyster. So bring your knife all the way around on this back side. And when I'm breaking down chicken, I'm always scraping my knife on the bone to make sure I'm getting all the meat. Look at that peel back. Okay, then I come down here, and then I come all the way down, and look, I got my oyster in there, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. And look at that, I got the oyster again, beautiful. Now, before I get to the breast, I kind of like to take out the back of the chicken. There's this little fat piece right here with the breast. I follow my knife right down there, right into there. And then I just pull the back. There you go. Now, let's get to the breast. So, the breast has this line that runs down the middle, right on the bone here in this area. And this is the area you're gonna use your knife right down the middle. And what happens is when you come down the middle, it will push you to a side. And again, you don't want to leave any meat behind. All right, so this is where it gets tricky. You're like, oh my God, I can't get this off. Yes, you can. You find the crease in there, right on the cartilage. All right, so now we got our breast with the wing at. Look at that. Okay, so we got our breast. Now you're like, oh my God, what do I do with this? This is for chicken stock, chicken broth. Do not throw this away. I like to separate the leg and the thigh. So a key component is here is like you want to look at your leg and your thigh to see where it separates. You see this little vessel here? You're going to come down and look at that clean pop. You're going to come right over that vessel. And clean pop. So now you have your legs, you have your thighs. So now when you look at your breast, you're like, what's this little bone hanging out? It's called the drumette. And you're gonna just come underneath the bone to detach that. And throw that with your wing crew over there, because you'll cook those together. Housekeeping here for storing chicken. Make sure you put it underneath something that can catch the drip. And then also, it should be at the bottom of your fridge. Never store chicken at the top of your fridge, because some of that chicken juice can drip down on other things and nothing good will happen. So I have my chicken carcasses here. Let me show you how to make the perfect chicken stock. And I have my perfect base for my stock, and then I'm just gonna fill it up with some water. So it's filled up with water. I'm gonna take it over to the stove, and you'll cook this for an hour and a half. Skim off anything that floats to the top, strain it, cool it, and you have the most delicious chicken stock. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna show you is how to roast a chicken. It's the most intimidating thing to do. How do you get it golden brown? Will it be delicious? Will everything cook evenly? Yes, 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 and yes. I'm gonna show you. So, come underneath the skin, poke a hole, and put the leg through it. And then I like to do it on the other side. This is gonna help keep the bird, all the juices inside. So, you don't have to worry about tying your bird. Look at that, look how beautiful that is. I have my sheet tray with a roasting rack. The roasting rack is the key to all of this, because all the air, all the heat is going around the chicken evenly. So place your bird just like this. You don't need to add any fat. No butter underneath the skin. No oil on top. Chicken has so much fat in the skin. If you roast it at the right temperature, it would be good. First step is just add salt. So just salt the bird. Really nice. Get a nice coat everywhere. Okay? And you need to pick up the bird on his backside, salt it. Bring your hand up a little high too, a little salt technique, so that helps you get it everywhere. Okay. I got salt everywhere. Oh, hold on, I missed a spot right here. Okay. Now, you don't have to do anything else if you don't want to. You put it right in the oven, just like this. You don't have to do anything else. But I like to add a little bit of spice rub, onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika and thyme. I'm just gonna sprinkle this all over the bird, right? I want some of that flavor. We're gonna put it in the oven. So a technique that I like to use in my oven, because at home I don't have a convection oven, I like to start my chicken off at 400 degrees for the first 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, I like to drop it down to 350 degrees until the thickest part of the chicken is at 165 degrees internally. That's a tongue twister, right? So start off at 400 degrees for 15 minutes, drop the temperature down to 350 degrees until your chicken, the thickest part of your chicken, is to 165 degrees, and your skin will be crispy, golden, delicious. I just gave you all the tips about chicken, how to store it, how to cook it, but most of all, how to make it delicious. And come on, look at that skin.